Hi everyone, my name is Brooke Haggerty, the Food Chick. Welcome to today's episode of For the Love of Food. Today it's raining outside, it's damp, and I'm looking for a little bit of comfort food. I just want to feel good on the inside. And for me, comfort food is pork. So I've got this gorgeous, this is boneless pork loin. I've sliced it down to about 5-ounce slices. It was the whole piece. I bought it, I cut it down, wrapped it up individually, froze it, so that way it's an easy go-to meal for me. I'm going to pair that pork loin today with some gorgeous asparagus that we're going to roast. And then I'm also going to do something different for my starch today. I'm going to do a sweet potato hash. I've taken this gorgeous sweet potato and peeled it, and a Vidalia onion, and I just used my box grater and just grated it down and came up with this gorgeous mix right here. I added in a little bit of garden herb seasoning, a little bit of my favorite lemon pepper, and a little bit of truffle salt, which is one of my other favorites, and just let that get a little bit wet. Let it make itself a little bit moist. So we're going to do that on the stove top. But first we're going to start with our pork loin. I have my oven preheated to 400 degrees on the convection setting, so it won't take that long to cook. I also have a sheet pan ready to go that I've put on top of the stove so the bottom of it's already getting warm. And in order to save a little bit of time for my cleanup, I've got some foil already on my pan. So I don't want to have to do a lot of cleanup, but I want to enjoy a great meal. So we're going to do a little Dijon Encrusted Pork Loin today. And what I've made over here for you, this is just a little Dijon mustard and mayonnaise mix. Very, very simple. 1-to-1 portioning on that. I'm just going to put this right on my pork loin. I've got my gloves on because I've got a little cut on my hand. You'll see my pickle bandage as we go through the show when I get my gloves off. And I'm just going to rub my pork loin. Just going to rub it right here. Rub it down nice. You can add, if you wanted to add breadcrumbs to this to add a little crunch to it. I'm not going to do that today, but that's something that you can also do. I'm just going to get that soaked on there. We add the mayonnaise in there because it gives a little bit of a fattier content to the mustard. It cuts the tart of the mustard as well. And because it is a pork loin, there's not a whole lot of fat on there. So you see how pretty that is. We're going to get that onto our pan that I'm just going to lightly spray with a little bit of olive. Oh, shoot. There we go. I should have taken my top off there. Just spray just a little bit on there. Very little. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to put our pork right on here. And you'll see I'm going to put the pork right in the middle, because when the pork is about halfway finished, we're going to add our asparagus to the same pan. So again, we're going to save some time with our cleanup later on. So again, just going to pop these right in the oven. They're in 400-degree oven. They go in there for about 10 minutes. Let me set my timer. And after they're finished, after that's in for 10 minutes, we're going to flip them. And we're going to add our asparagus to them. So that's going to be really, really nice. Let me go ahead and do a quick little wipe down over here. Get some nice hot water. And we're going to start talking about our sweet potato mix. Again, this is going to be a nice sweet potato hash. What I did, again, I box grated it with the sweet Vidalia onion, added the lemon pepper, the truffle salt, and the garden herb seasoning. I just did that to taste. And you'll see that this is nice, and it's got a nice moisture to it. Okay? The salt really brings out the moisture in that. So over here on my stove, I'm going to turn up to high. Again, I cook on a convection cooktop, so it takes a little bit less time. If you do have a convection cooktop, you want to make sure that you have to sort of relearn how to cook. I remember when I first got this a couple years ago, I didn't realize how quickly it said things were going to heat up. But boy, when it said quickly, it meant quickly. So I've got that on high. I'm going to turn it down to a medium, just above a medium high now. Again, a little bit of my cooking spray here. If you don't like to use a cooking spray like this, I also keep olive oil, just plain olive oil, in a spray bottle, a spray bottle I bought from the dollar store. You just have to make sure that's food safe. So anyway, so let's go ahead and get our sweet potato hash in here. My pan is hot. I can feel it coming above me. Yep, it's right there. Hear that sizzle. Okay, so we've got our sweet potato hash in there. What we've done is we've made sure in our sweet potato hash that we've got a nice, even, shallow layer here. You want it, because you want it to get a little bit crusty on the bottom. A little crusty on the bottom. And we're going to make sure that we let it do its thing. We're going to let it cook. Okay, folks? Let it cook. Don't be like me and always want to check it. Let it cook. It's on that about a medium setting right now. And you can hear the sizzle. It sounds fantastic. Okay, next we've got our asparagus. So as you can see, this is going to be a pretty quick meal. Well, I got some asparagus this weekend at the downtown Westminster Farmers Market. It was the opening of the market. It was absolutely fantastic. It was a rainy Saturday, but we had a great crowd. It was a lot of fun to be there. So I got some asparagus from one of my local vendors, one of the local farmers there. When I came home, I put it into my big bowl here, and you can see on the bottom, I put my paper towel, and I lightly dampened my paper towel because you want the moisture to still go up into your asparagus. Okay, so, and then just this morning, I went and I broke off some of the bottoms. I just wanted to show you how to do that. A lot of times people will say, you cut your asparagus. I don't like to cut my asparagus. I like just to break it, because when you break it, it's at the most tender point and you're getting rid of the very fibrous ends of your asparagus. And you can do those, couple at a time right there. Now you can either throw your asparagus bottoms away, or you can put them in your compost pile, or you can use them, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to save mine, and I'm going to make use it as part of my vegetable stock later on when I make vegetable stock. So I've got asparagus here. We don't even really need to season it with anything if we don't want. Actually, we do need to season it. What am I saying? I'm just going to put some lemon pepper on there. I'm going to put a little bit of truffle salt and a little bit of garden herb seasoning. See, I'm just using very, very few ingredients. I'm going to grab my little spray bottle again. And I'm just spraying, just lightly spray with the oil. One thing that I love about using either the spray oil like this or the homemade spray bottle that I make is that you don't use as much oil. I'm always amazed when I'm going through and I'm counting my calories and I'm creating recipes and I'm looking at the nutritional content of things. The fat content in olive oil, while it's very, very good for you, same with avocado oil, grapeseed oil, all of that, the fat content it's up here. And I don't know about you, but I'd rather get my fat content from maybe some dark chocolate. So we just use a little bit of this on there, and using the spray bottle really helps with using less of the oil. Or the other thing you can do is you can put a little bit of oil in a bowl, a small little bowl, and get a brush and just paint your food, so to speak. Okay, so let's see what's going on with our sweet potato hash. Oh, look at that. It's already getting a nice golden brown on there. That's a great thing about making the sweet potato hash or any type of potato hash with this. It doesn't take long to cook, and you can see how gorgeous that is. And it smells wonderful. We've got very few ingredients in here, but we're enhancing the natural flavors of what we already have. So I'm very excited about that. I hope that you are too. I think this is going to be a wonderful meal. Yoo-hoo! We've got about 3 minutes to go on our pork loin. So while the pork loin is continuing to cook, I'm going to go ahead and take a break, clean up my area a little bit, get the asparagus ready to go onto the cooking sheet, and then we'll be back and we're going to have a great simple meal in about 20 minutes total. Okay, so my timer's just gone off. I'm going to go ahead and pull my pork out. As you can see, we've got some nice crisp brown edges around there. We're going to flip our pork. Oh my goodness, this is gorgeous. Smells so good in my kitchen. There we go. And then again, because we're saving cleaning time, I'm just going to take my asparagus that we've gone ahead and we've got our spray on there. It's going to go right onto the hot pan that the pork loin has already been in. Oh yes. And then I'm going to give it another quick little spray. And we're going to go back in for about 5 minutes. Voila, 5 minutes in there. We'll go ahead and flip our sweet potato hash. 5 minutes in the oven here. When we come back, we're going to have a fantastic, quick and easy meal. Okay, so I'm back and I'm getting ready to flip my sweet potato hash. Oh, look at that. Nice and golden brown. It smells amazing. I'm so happy about this. I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to open my oven and voila, we're going to have something gorgeous, I hope. It is beautiful. Look at this. Oh my gosh. This is just 5 minutes with the asparagus in there. It doesn't take long. You don't want your asparagus to get too limp and you want it to stay that nice bright green. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. So let's go ahead and start plating. We're going to get our sweet potato hash. Yum. We're going to get a piece of pork loin. Yum. We're going to get some asparagus. Yum. Look at that beautiful plate. It might be raining and gloomy outside, but let me tell you, the sun is shining inside the Food Chick kitchen, and I can't wait to get a bite of this. Oh my. Let me slice into this pork. Oh, perfect. Absolutely perfect. The fat, just a little bit of fat content from the mayonnaise and the tang from the Dijon. Fantastic. My asparagus, nice and crisp. Perfect. And the sweet potato hash, lovely. This is a fantastic meal on a gloomy day like today, or a sunshiny day, or whatever kind of day. My name is Brooke Haggerty. I'm the Food Chick. Thanks for joining me.